What is up, guys? My name's Yen. My name is Yen. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. Y'all already know when I do my reviews, we're not doing any CC or mods because I want the full truth of what we're actually getting. So first and foremost, I have to go through all of this and make sure only the pack. Y'all, I keep forgetting that this is a thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and deselect everything and put adventure awaits. This makes it 20 times easier when I do my reviews for Create a Sim or just anything build and buy. Removing all the content, maybe saying yeah, I know that. We gonna just do new gameplay. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I'll have to like literally restart my entire save files because I've been gone from this game for so long. There has been so many updates. So I did go ahead and do everything. The only thing I didn't put in here was elder, young adult, and I believe that's in teen because they all have the same outfits, which I just feel like the Sims need to get it together when it comes down to that. I feel like they should have their own category. That's a conversation for another day. So first and foremost, we're gonna get into the hairs. Now, the hairs to me they're okay. I don't think that they're bad looking. I definitely think that, okay, wait, hold up, pause. This might be the cutest. This might be my favorite hairstyle, but let's look at the other ones first. We also have this one, which is giving me definitely this is giving me Stranger Things. Am I the only one who feels that way? And then we have this one. This is okay. It's cute. I mean, for some reason, I feel like that should have been the Business of Hobbies expansion pack. I don't know. Just giving me tattoo vibe. And then we have this one. This is cute. I just feel like it should have been a little bit more detail. I'm just kind of sick of this little cartoon vibe that they have going on. I know it's supposed to be like Max's, but I've seen some Max's stuff be a little bit more detailed. We've seen what they could do, okay? And I do love I love how they pay attention to like the little edges and the baby hairs at the end over here. The braids. I think this is cute. I think it's very simple and I think it's safe. I think they could have went a little bit more different, but you know, this is my favorite hairstyle that they have on here. And then for hats, they have these weird looking like, okay. Now this is definitely catered to, of course, the adventure await gameplay. I feel like a lot of this because of like, you know, we could do swim competitions and things like that. All right. And then we have this one. I think this is a little funky, but I feel like to me, is it me or they're just giving like old school? Like I know it's supposed to be like camp vibes, but this is definitely giving me old school. I'm going to take these hats off though, because they look a little silly to me. And then we have some earrings. Y'all already know I'm always loving new earrings in The Sims. I know it sounds very like you love new earrings, girl. What? When I tell y'all that I feel like we need a little bit more accessories, that's just what we need. I personally feel like these are just, they look like arts and craft, but I think that's supposed to be the point. Again, there's only 3 types of earrings for the woman that it looks like anyway, and I just feel like it could have been a little bit more, but unfortunately that's just what it is. We have no makeup, which I feel like they could have given us more like maybe some face paint or some sunscreen things that we could do like with the adventure awaits to where it looks like, you know, our Sims are a little bit more characterized, but that's just what it is for right now. The earrings, and they're not horrible. The necklaces, they're not horrible, but they're definitely giving like, you know, we're going on a camp. So we have a couple of tops here and there, and then this is definitely giving like camp counselor. We have some of these. This is giving like, honestly, this reminds me of a lot of the Parent Trap outfits. I know Delegacy ended up doing a Parent Trap mimic for the adventure awaits, which I think is really cool. And then we have some of these. I think these are casual. I think these are cool. I don't think they're bad looking. I just think that they're just, I don't know, y'all. It's just, I definitely think this is gonna be cool, like if you do like competition shows and things like that. And I can't wait to see what CC and Modern when it comes down to competition wear. So I feel like we're definitely gonna be doing y'all Love Island on the Sims. Y'all already know that has to be a thing. I don't think these outfits are bad. I just, you know, I was definitely hoping for a little bit more, but this definitely has to probably do with the lifeguard career. Am I tripping? No, it's giving like camp. I think this is definitely supposed to be camp vibe for sure. I don't think these are bad. I just think that they're okay. They're safe. Like I said, I feel like this is a very safe Create a Sim, and I do feel like the reason that they did that is because of course everything is catered towards the gameplay. I do love this top only because it adds more lore to your storyline. Maybe your Sim is like a lifeguard or they have a certain career path and they're always wearing this. I feel like that's not bad. But as far as my favorite top, I'm gonna go with something a little bit simple. I kind of like the casual shirt vibes of this, and I also like this top. And y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I really do like, I like these. I like this a lot. I feel like there's a different vibes you can do with this. I really like it in brown because I really do feel like it brings out that camp vibe. And then there's just a lot of capris and shorts, and oh, that's a cute, like a little mini skirt. I don't think that's a little, I think that we can actually work with that. And I like the detail that it does look like there's like, you know, there's shorts underneath the skirt, so it doesn't look like it's like one way, you know what I mean? And then there's also this one as well. And then yeah, so I don't know how y'all feeling about this. I would love to know your comments down below down below, but I definitely feel like this is definitely catered more towards, I don't know, I just feel like it's safe. I think the whole thing is safe. I don't think they're wrong for it. There's just like a little bit of accessories that we do have here. I think we have to take off this top really quickly, but there's a couple of accessories. Oh, it might be on the other side. Okay, yeah, again, a lot of this is handcrafted. It looks like that on purpose. So yeah, I don't think it's bad. I definitely think it's safe. And then as far as the shoes, we have some, you know, camp gear, and then walking around, there's 4 shoes, you know, playing it safe. And then there are some sandals in case your Sims are like maybe going down to the springs and having fun. But I think we're gonna go ahead and stick with we might just change to the sports bra top. Let me see. I'll just change it for there, but I don't think it's bad. I don't think this Create a Sim is bad. I just wish it was a little bit more sprucing. But as far as the males, let's see what they have as far as hairstyles. I wouldn't be surprised if males didn't get shit because as usual. Now this specifically is giving me Survivor. Of course, there's different swatches with whatever hairstyle color you choose. And then again, this is reminding me of Stranger Things. I definitely think they went for this old school aesthetic, adventure awaits, like 80s theme. Then there's the hairstyles. I love that they focus a little bit more on representation when it comes down to the hairstyles. Again, it's only like 1 or 2 pieces, but this is something that is a great start. I feel like this is the same hairstyle, but just in different fonts. Am I the only one? Is it just me? But y'all let me know. And then we have this one hairstyle, and then I actually really do like this piece, but I'm gonna go right here with this, with the, you know, Survivor hairstyle. It definitely looks like he's about to go on a whole singing competition. As far as hair beards, all we have is this really, I'm not gonna say people who have this mustache is creepy, but come on, y'all, just the mustache? You mean to tell me that you could have gotten a little, you know, a little peach fuzz on the side of your face and all that, but you just chose just the mustache to keep on your body? Who am I? That's just an opinion. An opinion shouldn't affect you, because the only person who can make you feel embarrassed is yourself. So do you. But anyway, again, we already went over the hats. I just think they're a little bit goofy. I'm not gonna, you know, hold you, but maybe it's for the kids. Maybe it's a cute little, you know, camping kids thing. And then there's no really jewelry pieces for them, as well as I'm pretty sure there's no makeup. There's no other way around that. As far as the tops, I do believe like a lot of times the Sims ends up going very unisex with a lot of the outfits, and that's just what I don't like. Yes, I agree that some pieces can be unisex, but there's some pieces that are just like, you know, let the men have some different pieces. It's okay. And that's something that I haven't been seeing in The Sims 4 for a very long time, and that's something that I would like to see. I would like to see more masculine frames on the men. But that's just a personal opinion. Y'all let me know. It's just, like I said, it's just an opinion. But we're gonna also keep this like camp gear thing going with the pants. They're very safe. I love this. Wait. I like the rigidness at the bottom. I do like that little detail, the cut. It makes it look like you just actually went ahead and cut your own piece of that. I really like that. And then these are just some, you know, natural cargos, and then like some leggings underneath. And then yeah, like I said, this is my favorite piece. Do they have this in darker? Yes, they do actually. I love this. I want this. Actually, we're gonna make this a little lighter. I actually really do like this. And then there's only a couple things for the men as well. And again, it's supposed to look like those little pieces where they're just naturally having, you know, maybe the kids made them for camp and like, oh my gosh, Mr. Martin, can you please wear this? And he's like, yeah. Okay, and then for shoes, we have 2 shoes. I don't understand why the women got 4 and the men only got 2. I don't know. Some of y'all might be like, yeah, and like it's not that deep, it's not that serious. I don't know. What do you guys think? What are you guys feeling? How y'all feeling? And I do like that how the clothes kind of are going towards it, because you know sometimes there's been a lot of clipping recently with you know, with the Sims not really filling out. So I'm here for it. Now, as far as the children, let's get into the kids. So they have a couple of different outfits, and I'm actually really here for it. Of course, I think anything on the kids is going to be like absolutely adorable with camp vibes, because it's supposed to be like a little camp, a kid's summer camp. Now, this is not the main theme of The Sims. You know, it's called Adventure Away, meaning there's so many different ways that you can do expansion pack, which we're going to get into a little bit later on. But I really do adore the kids wearing clothes like this. I think it's kiddie. I think it's childish, and I love it. I love the kids are being children. You know, we love that. We've seen this way too often where the kids don't get to be children. And hold on, that full body outfit is so, oh my gosh, I actually really like this one piece. And then we also have this, you know, the simmers for that as well. And then you know, the kids do have some pants here and there. I love the shorts. I think this is really nice, and I think like I said, I think it's very safe for the Sims to go that route. And we're just gonna go ahead and pop this back on, and then we're gonna go ahead and go up to hair. And usually with children, whether it's boy or girl, they usually go unisex, so there's never really completely different styles. But for the boys, I'm gonna go ahead and choose this style. I actually really like this. And I feel like they should have gotten shades. I mean, this is an adventure away, so I feel like shades should have definitely been added to this. But y'all let me know down below how y'all feel about that. And as far as the girls, I think that, you know, like I said, it's not going to be anything too new. Let's see. I would be really shocked if they had different hairstyles. I'm actually shocked. They have different hairstyles. Oh my gosh. What the hello? The Sims? Representation is calling. They ate. Hold on. Wait, with the baby hairs in the back and the little, look at the little piece going off behind the ear, y'all. That's the little details. It's the little details that matter. Okay, Sims. Wait, I'm gonna have to give them their flowers. Hold on, Sims, because y'all might have did something to me. That might have been my favorite hairstyle for children. Like, this is childhood. If y'all didn't have this hairstyle, well, at least in my community, I grew up with this hairstyle, okay? With the beads and laying down. And did you know nowadays they actually have rubber beads instead of like the beads that we had to grow up sleeping on and praying that it didn't hurt our heads? Yeah, they have those now. But anyway, that's besides the point. It's a story for another day. But anyway, I adore this. I love this. I'm here for this. And as far as the tops for the girls, of course, it's going to be around the same, similar. I'm shook that it was different, that it was a little bit different. And then we do have some full body for the girls. I think these are so, oh my gosh, this little romper. This little romper. With the kids, I feel like they never fail me. They just always give us less than what I want for the children. But I really do like this piece. Wow, look at her. She looks like a freaking child. You know, nowadays people like to dress up their child to look like a freaking 30-year-old adult who's paying bills. Yeah, no, not over here. I love this. I love kids being kids. Kids just being kids. Having fun and doing things. Okay, I love this. We're gonna keep this. And then for the pants, and then we have this like little skirt. Okay, like it's very simple. Like I said, it's very safe. I love the idea of a skirt being under this. And then for the top, we're just gonna go back and yeah, we're gonna do something like that. I mean, you know, it's summer camp vibes. Hello. And then of course we're gonna have everybody wear that same, or excuse me, the bracelet. And then we have these shoes as well. So I don't think it's bad at all. I think they did a really good job. Now, as far as toddlers, let's see what toddlers got. I'm surprised. Whoa, they got more than, toddlers got more than 2 items. Hold the phone. Hold the freaking phone, y'all. The toddlers got more than 2 items. Send out an alert. Send out an alert system because I'm shook. I love the tie-dye. I love the vibes of this. Super cute, super safe. I think it's adorable. And there's different swatches for this as well. Cute. My child would not be wearing that, but you know, it's a cute idea. Hello. And then we have like the little matching outfit. And then as far as hairs, I don't think they got new hairs. I will be shook. I'm shook. And then there's these little water shoes. I'm guessing we're just gonna have this on the sim just for, you know, shits and giggles. And then as far as the infants, let's see. The infants didn't really get anything. Full body. No. Oh yeah. Got this one little piece. Oh, okay. Wow. I thought they were gonna get. I thought the shock guys. I thought they were gonna get jack shit, but they ended up getting full body outfits. I'm thoroughly impressed. Different swatches, of course. And as far as hairstyles, they didn't get any new hairstyles. Okay, cute. Okay, so I definitely want to take a look and see as far as. So we did get something in nature, and then we got the critic hunter. So basically, the Sims wants to explore the rich worlds of butterflies and learn to fish all they can about critters. I think that's really adorable. Yeah, so I think there's traits that we can obviously like push towards, you know, your Sims doing things like this, like love outdoors, or, you know, maybe they're, I don't know, active or competitive. I think this is a really interesting, you know, they're best on anything they put their focus on. You know, I think that's really good for the Sims for doing competition. As far as other stuff, you know, you can make them outgoing. Overall, on scale time, I'm gonna give it a solid 7. I think the Sims did a really good job at playing it safe with the creative Sim. The reason I'm giving it so high is because this is not their main priority when it comes down to this pack. I definitely feel like the gameplay is going to be the highlight of this. Yeah, I would really love to know, but yeah, I would really love to know your opinions down below in the comments how y'all feel about it. Again, this is my favorite hairstyle. I wouldn't say probably today. I don't know. Y'all let me know down below. I really feel like this, maybe it's just because I feel represented, but they did a really good job. I feel like they definitely played it safe with the creative Sim and they didn't do too much, but how the kids look like little kids going to summer camp. I know that sounds like yin, what? But y'all, just come on. Okay, now let's move on to the map. And I also love that the kids now have this new trait called Cool Kids on the Block, where the Sim wants to be like the coolest kid in the neighborhood. How adorable is that? And then we also have, okay, and now I'm just randomizing the family really quickly. And there we have our picture perfect family that's going to be going with us to go ahead and see what the world is about. Y'all, the Creative Sim 8. I did not think the Creative Sim was gonna be that good. Okay, so now we have the world of Camp Gibby Point. Now, of course, and there's just so much to dive into. Again, this is completely, I have not seen the world myself. The only thing I've actually seen as far as the world has been, I've only watched 2 or 3 videos, and that's basically to understand the getaway system. And mostly it has been the Sim Supply, or he was known as the Sim Supply, James Turner. I've been watching a lot of his videos, not anything as far as build and buy review, but mostly just how to understand the getaway system and how the hotels work, or how does hotels and running the system and all that stuff works for like later gameplay. But I haven't really seen the world myself. I've been avoiding videos like that. So I'm really excited to dive into this. And they said where the getaway begins with custom venues and getaways, you can build the perfect backdrop for any kind of adventure. Okay, so they actually help you get started with the getaway system, which I love. And so there's locals, moth collection, and it actually goes through. And what I love about this is that it's actually going to go through and help you understand the getaway system and how to set it up and do custom venues and, you know, get the getaway experience. I'm going to have a whole separate video on, you know, builds that you can use for this, but I definitely think that this is going to be very helpful for someone who really wants to understand this. There's a lot of different points that they're going to be making when it comes down to, like I said, this getaway and experience system is very detailed and it goes very, very far. I was watching the Sim Supply. I was watching the Sim Supply do this, and I was very, very impressed at all of this, and especially the imaginary friends. Like if your Sim is feeling a bit lonely, you can head to build one and purchase an imaginary doll, and any four that speaks to them the most, and once purchased, your Sim can rename and play with them. I'm gonna do a whole separate video on imaginary friends because that's gonna be insane. My son just woke up in the middle of me doing that. I don't know if y'all can see his head. Can y'all see his head? He just woke up. Okay, let's go to daddy. I did not think he was gonna wake up in the middle of my review, but here we are, y'all. I forgot to tell you. I mean, so for some of y'all don't know who needs a life update, I'm a mother. I know, it's crazy. I'm in charge of a life. Oh my goodness. So we have 3 different neighborhoods as usual, and I would love for the Sims to eventually come out with an EP that's like 7 different neighborhoods, but you know, that's a story for another day. So there's 3 different ones. We have Wonder Wilds, we also have Crystal Valley, and then we have Jellyfish Junction. We're going to start off with Wonder Wilds, and I'm just gonna click on a random lot just so we could go ahead and take a look and see what's going on. This is what the world is looking like, well, at least where they are right now. There's a lot over here. Oh my goodness, we are going to have a blast. The thing with the Sims is that they never actually have a bad world. It's just always really empty. I feel like a lot of the worlds, they do a very good job with detail. Oh my gosh, archery. I cannot wait to play all of this stuff right now. I cannot wait to play all of this in another video. I know you guys always hear me say that, like I'm gonna do a gameplay video, but I feel like I'm actually gonna do one this time because these actually look really, really fun. Again, we're gonna get into build and buy mode in just a second, but I really am here for the world. I think they did a really good job, and if you zoom out, you see like this really big area. Now, again, the only thing I'm a little disappointed in is the fact that it's a foresty world. I wanted something a little bit different. I know that we've seen a forest world with multiple different EPs. You know, soon I hope that we just get straight up city life. I'm kind of over the forest vibe, but I do think Adventure Awaits is a really cute expansion pack as of right now. I haven't finished the whole thing, but I still like as of right now, I do think the vibes are there. You can go and chat with your Sims or even go on a jog. And then there's also, this reminds me of Outdoor Retreat. Now I know everybody's calling it Outdoor Retreat 2.0 because I feel like this is the vibes that Outdoor Retreat was trying to do. But I really do like this. I think it's really cute. Oh my gosh, nobody's kayaking. Wait, I haven't seen the kayaks. Wait. Oh my gosh, what is that pool thing over there? Okay, we're gonna have to go over there. Wow, look at somebody. Look in the kayak. I think this is so dope. I definitely think this is, like I said, I see why people are calling it Outdoor Retreat 2.0 because this is basically an expansion of Outdoor Retreat. So if you have this plus Outdoor Retreat plus camp, hello? What happened? Okay, you know, we just gonna walk away. We also have this little lighthouse, which I'm gonna make sure they have a lot more story, which I feel like has a lot more lore than we think. So I'm really interested to play with that, but we're gonna have to find out later about it. And there's so many different campgrounds that you can check out. Look at this one. Does it say Camp Gibby Gibby? Wait, this is adorable. Is that the camp counselor going in? Wait, this is so cute. I love this. We're gonna actually have to do a tour in this entire place. Oh, is that the back? Is that the playground? This is the playground, y'all. Oh my gosh, I just know Simmers are gonna have a handful with water parks. We're gonna get water parks, y'all. It's official. Like we're getting water parks. Like this, like I don't know about y'all. It don't matter if we have the builders are gonna come with a water park. The builders are making a water park as we speak. Y'all see this slide with water? Oh yeah. All right, and y'all, this is gonna be lit. Are you kidding me? What y'all talking about? Look at everybody commence. Look at everybody talking amongst themselves. Like, yeah, y'all ready? Yeah, we having fun at camp. Give me. Okay, girl. Okay, girl with the outfits. Like, I did not come to play. Okay, we're gonna quickly go to manage worlds because I want to see a little bit more of the world in its full entirety. So we did check out Wonder Wilds. Now I want to check out Jellyfish Junction. And okay, cool. We can play with another household. I was nervous for a second that there was no residential area for us to actually fully go through and play, but there is. All right, and this is what we're working with. I feel like because I'm a Delulu Simmer, there is a lot of lore that we can do with this little abandoned area. Y'all let me know, and I feel like a lot of builders are gonna be like, hey, let's recreate this, or let's make this better. Y'all, there's so much room for like content, it's not even funny. And then we have this area here where everything low-key looks locally grown. Oh no, I thought it was gonna be like locally grown farmers thing. I think it's just like a cute little vibe for like a date. We'll see what this looks like at night. And then there's this area as well, y'all. This is like a little pier. This area is so cute. Okay, it's definitely giving me small town vibes if you do it right. Like, I feel like you could really make this into like small town. What do y'all think? Like, this is definitely giving me it's small town vibes. Like, look at this. Like, look at her just swinging in the park, enjoying life. This is the kind of place where rent just makes sense. Sims with these cars. The Sims with these cars. I am going to need them to come out with cars. I am so sick of them teasing cars. It's not even funny. I'm gonna need them to do it now. I love this walkthrough neighborhood. I don't know, Jellyfish Junction might be my favorite area so far. I do want to see this place at night. So let me go into build mode really quickly. I love the fluorescent lighting. Super cute. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. It's definitely giving small town, and y'all, I really like this. I think this is a really nice neighborhood. Now again, like I said, I'm not a big fan of the foresty green, you know, worlds. I just feel like this, as cool as this is, it's something that we've kind of already seen before. But like I said, a lot of times with the sim worlds, they don't really disappoint. It's a matter of what's in them. Like there's a lot of shell buildings. There's a lot of shell buildings. There's not a lot of people walking around the town. And of course, you know, the gameplay trailer and the trailers always make it look like it's more. The trailers always make it look like it's more than what it is. But I love this area, and I like how it looks like it's been a little bit, you know, open for a while. You see like the paint on the buildings. And I do love the detail with, you know, with little advertisements being put out. And I like that it's on the water. It's a really good vibe. Okay, so now we're gonna go into Crystal Valley, y'all. There is, again, with the jellyfish hats. The jellyfish hats are like a thing. Like people love the jellyfish hats. I'm not understanding. Y'all, I cannot make this like home in, I don't know how to make this go away. I'm gonna have to Google that. That's bothering the shit out of me. I don't know what this is. I don't know why it's still there, but it is what it is. But right now, we're just coming to look at the world. And this is Crystal Valley. Now this, okay, so this is Jellyfish Junction. Crystal Valley is more over here on this side. So it's like kind of like behind the mountain. Wow. Oh, did I just go outside of the world? I sure enough did. The Sims gotta do better. They gotta do better. They gotta do better, because what is, but anyway, y'all, let's focus back. Anyway, let's focus back in. I don't feel like there's a lot of missed opportunity when it comes down to where they decided to place everything, especially with this little area being, you know, like cabin vibes. I don't think that any of this is missed. I think the world is giving exactly what the pack is supposed to be. And for the first time in history, I just might rate this entire world a solid. It's not getting an 8 because I'm sick of the forest worlds. And I know, like, yin, the forest is supposed to be the vibes of the camp. I get that. And if we're going based off that, I'll rate it an 8. But I'm just so sick of forest worlds and green worlds. I'm just like, it's getting a 7.5. But it did what it did what it's supposed to. I will say that. Like I said, I think the main point of this entire pack is very heavily on gameplay, and I'm gonna keep mentioning that because when we see the gameplay, it's gonna explain a lot. Now, I do want to see people go down the slide. I want to see someone climb down this. Girl, play with it. I want to see. But apparently, all of this is customizable. This whole entire build, which we're gonna get into and build and buy right now. Now, my favorite part is the build and buy, and I usually choose the biggest lot to do it on. So here's the 64 by 64. We're gonna go to build, and we're gonna take a look at everything that Adventure Awaits has to offer. Oh my gosh, I fixed it. So you have to, okay, so to get rid of that, I found out how to do it, guys. You have to go to Help Center, and then instead of show controls, I can just do this. You tell it's been a while since I played The Sims. I'm embarrassed. I'm actually really embarrassed. So we're actually gonna build a couple of walls just so we can go ahead and take a look at wallpaper as well. So I'm just gonna go one line, and then I'm gonna put another line over here to showcase any like wallpapers, doors, windows, things like that. I'll maybe put like an additional one here. So that's just to show any wallpaper. So let's go through, because build and buy is where I get the most disappointed. So let me just go ahead. This is cute. Wait, this is kind of cute. I actually like this, and there's different swatches as well, which I'm not mad at, because at the end of the day, you are creating like a cabin feel, and you kind of want the Sims to. Now, as far as flooring, I want to take a look at all the flooring. Really, there's only one flooring as of right now, and I don't know if I'm really that here for it. I think that's a little bland. I think that's a little boring because it's outdoorsy. I feel like maybe they could have given us a little bit more, but y'all let me know. Okay, so as far as wall sculptures and windows, these are the windows. These are the vibe. Now, they're not bad. I don't think they're bad. I think they're a little bland. What is this supposed to be? Because this is a very interesting, like, you see the plaster on it, like the way it's designed. I don't know. This one's a little interesting, as if it's supposed to be like almost like a tent. You know, like the tents that you zip up and zip out, like to get in and out. This is what this is kind of reminding me of. I'm not gonna say they snap, but I'm gonna say this is definitely camp vibes. That screen vibe. And then if you also do like the swatches, there's different swatches as well. This might have to be my favorite one, just because I do like that it almost like has like the screen to keep out like mosquitoes and bugs, and you know, this is the kind of stuff that I like with the lore. This is what I mean by lore. You know, they were being very intentional when they were putting up the buildings of the cabins. That's what I like to see. Okay, that's what I like to see. As far as this being the only, like, you know, boring, but you know, it is what it is. As far as chimneys, we got a couple couple new chimneys. So I like the vibe of being able to do different ones. And these also represent some of the ones that we saw in Creative Sim with the shirts. I feel like this goes hand in hand with that one, which I really do like. And then we did get a couple of new trees and fun stuff. Fun. I can see a lot of builders having fun with this. All right. So as far as doors, they're a little bland. They're not cool. They're bland, but I mean, it's really only but so much you can really do. And as far as like decor and stuff, it's okay. It's you know, it's safe. It's boring. It's eh. So they did go all out with the outdoor section with the pool stuff. I think it's really cool. So we do have this, which I think is dope. Y'all, it's a water slide. I do wish we got more options in different styles. Like every time there was a different swatch, we got like a different way it was turning or going. I feel like that would have added a lot more to it, but I definitely like the diving boards as well. So that's something that's really cool that I'm kind of glad that we got to see and have. Now, as far as show all up, I feel like that should be a challenge as far as like which bed is the best bed. It's you know, because sometimes like I feel like with the Sims with the beds, like it gets to a point, you know. I love the vibes of these though. I like the chairs. I really do. They're really cute. It's very old school woodsy vibes. It's definitely, I'm telling y'all, it's really truly giving outdoor retreat. It really is. I'm starting to see what this is as far as like the world and the build and buy. It's giving as if outdoor retreat was an EP. Now as far as gameplay, that's gonna be a whole nother something, which I'm really excited to see. There's a lot of wood. So y'all are being like, Yin, look at all this wood. Yeah, it's a camp. They're going camp vibes. I think that was the whole point of it. They were trying to do that. They were trying to go in the aspect of like, oh, look, we're gonna run a full functional camp. Y'all, they were listening to us. They saw the backlash that they got with the kits when we got the weights and we weren't able to use the weights, and now we're able to use the weights. Oh yeah, they were listening to us. They said, oh, we can't get yelled at again. They can't come for us again. There's a lot of stuff that just makes sense here. Like what, like this right here, this nostalgic entertainment system. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to pull that up. This right here, this little caterpillar incubator, we're gonna have to play with that. And I love how it comes with different colors. Y'all, this is so freaking cute, and there's different swatches. If you don't have to have one painted. So let's say like maybe you just started the camp. Like this is the delusional lore that I come up with. Let's say you just started the camp, right? Boom, regular, right? By like day 4, you can have an activity, a painting activity, right? And then the kids, come on, are y'all not thinking of the delusional stories? And then there's the arts and craft with the bracelets that I showed you guys in Creative Sim. Y'all not being delusional enough. I feel like y'all don't really be using the free will of the Sims as much as y'all could. So there's a lot of different swatches and stuff here. I definitely think this is very cozy. Even if you want to do a cabin vibe, you could. There's some archery, which I really love, because I love the fact that like I'll be fighting for my own hand. Yeah, y'all already know. Y'all already know where I'm getting at with this. Oh, instructor spinning bike versus a spinning bike. There's the spinning bike, and then this is the why the instructor need this big ass thing? What's going on? I'm gonna need the Sims to play with this. I'm not understanding. Then we have the kayaks, which I love. I think this is really cute because it does like give off that vibe of like, oh, like I just put it on land. You know, it's not just straight on the floor, and that's the kind of stories I like to see. That's what I like to see. That's what I'm talking about, Sims. This is what I'm talking about. Why is everything floating? Okay, no, it's just me. And then there's different swatches with this as well. I mean, of course, you can never have too many wine. I feel like this, you could really build a really cool bar with this. I'm so excited to see Simmers build, because I think they're going to with this. Okay, there's a whole like, okay, we're gonna have to split this into 2 separate videos because I didn't think this video was gonna be this long. Y'all, this video is way longer than I thought it was. And y'all, to me personally, I did not know. Y'all, look at all the pieces we have to the playgrounds. We can build the most insane playground. Should I be a thing? I do that and it just snaps on. Hold on, because they ate. Hold on. I know y'all see that. It just snaps on. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So you can really build out a super big like park. Like how big of a park? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to do a challenge with this. I'm going to have to do a challenge with this. Oh, this is so cool. Oh my gosh, you can keep it going. Shut up. Guys, I'm not ready. This is insane. Yo, okay, this is, okay, I clearly was not ready for the fact that you can literally build a completely customizable, and are there different swatches? Okay, they ate. I ain't gonna lie, they ate with this pack. They ate with this pack. It's outdoor retreat 5.0 because they ate. There's so many different ways and possibilities that you can do with this. And if you wanted to, you can color and put different pieces. So even if it was one piece, you can still like do what you want with it. Now I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of CC creators that are going to end up adding like different swatch colors and like pieces to add onto this, which I'm even more excited to see because I just know we're going to eat. But you can make the most mega playground of all time. I can definitely see that happening with yeah. this is gonna go insane. And then there's the slides that you can do. Wow, this is so cool. I love this. It's very, all right. Then we have pieces, like I said. Okay, let me show y'all, because I think this is gonna go on the walls. So let me just go ahead and add some of these onto the walls. We have a lot of different swatches of a lot of different paint. I feel like this is definitely catered to if you are building a cabin, like point blank period. You can't convince me otherwise. Oh my gosh. And then these are the creepy little, and then they have the creepy little imaginary friends. Y'all, I do not know why I do not like these. They are terrifying to me. It's giving Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, why are they face down like that too? Like hunched over? I don't like that. That's creepy to me. That's really creepy. I don't like that. Oh, there is so much we have going on. Okay, this is all what's going on. Now, this is all that we have so far. Y'all, this is insane. I ain't gonna lie. This is a lot of stuff. And there's different swatches. Oh, I wish it was like different titles so it doesn't look like all the same. But this is kind of cool. Like if you're doing like competition stuff and like, you know, Survivor and all that stuff, you can kind of see in the detail. And then they have different swatches with this one. There is like, this is really endless. You can definitely do a lot of stuff with this. As far as the swatches, I definitely wish this had a little bit more different paint styles. And they didn't focus on more so the frames, but more so the swatches. This would probably be my favorite. I do like that little piece of orange with the wood. And then there's a little bit of other ones too as well. Now, this is something that I find really cool as well. This is all very detailed for the camp vibes. Like I said, if this is outdoor retreat, like I said, this is going to be made fun of as like outdoor retreat 2.0. No, it's outdoor retreat 5.0. Okay, because they ate the building by. Yeah, they did that. Now, some of y'all might be like, yeah, this is like one of the most basic things I've ever seen. Y'all have to understand, I'm looking at outdoor retreat. One of my favorite things has to be the customizable playground. When I tell y'all there are so many endless possibilities and different playgrounds that nobody's going to be copying each other. Now, one of the cons I will say about this is for the build and buy is that I do wish that this came in multiple different like ways to put this. I feel like it should have not just been one slide, maybe just different slides but going separate ways, maybe connected. I feel like they could have expanded on this pool thing, but I definitely feel like that we're going to be getting that in a separate game pack. Mark my words. We're going to be getting this as a game pack, and it's going to be all about pool stuff and like just water park vibes. I can definitely see them going that route, especially since they said that we have many more years to come. And that's the archery. I'm really excited about the archery. I think that's going to be so fun. Again, a lot of this stuff is playable and usable. You can customize it. You can put stickers on it. Are you kidding me? You can literally customize this. Are you joking? Like they thought of literally a lot of stuff. And I know you guys are going to say like, yeah, that's bare minimum. And trust me, I'm going to call out the bare minimum, but this isn't bad for plus what we're getting for the gameplay. Now this is starting to feel like an EP. This is going to start feeling like an EP. And I definitely feel like this is, I do see why they're putting this as an EP. So far, even just based off this, I definitely see why they're putting this as an EP based off, and with the rest of what we're getting. Now let's talk about the bugs and glitches. Let's hope there's no bugs and glitches. Okay, we can only hope. But again, I'm pretty excited to do the gameplay, y'all, and it's gonna be, y'all, this is gonna be good. Okay, so after this, I'm gonna be recording the gameplay, and then after that, I have a couple of videos that I want to do with Adventure Awaits because, y'all, this is insane, and I'm really excited to see what a lot of builders and CC creators and mod creators are just gonna do with this entire pack. There is so much to unfold here. But that's all for now, guys. I would love to know your opinions down below in the comments, how y'all feel about this, and if you guys genuinely did enjoy this review. Now, again, on a scale 1 to 10, out of everything and as entirety, this solely based off the map, the creative sim, and the worlds, I'm gonna give it a solid 7. I don't think it's a bad pack, and I definitely think there's a lot of things that is showcased in here. Now, there's a whole nother side to this, which is gonna be the gameplay, which is gonna have to be in a totally separate video because I did not think that this video was gonna be this long. I thought I was gonna be able to get this down into like 10 minutes. I think this is gonna probably be a 30-minute video that I was not expecting myself to make, because there was a lot to cover as far as just the world and the build and buy in general, which never really happens. And to be honest, like I said, the reason I'm giving it such a high 7 is because I think that most of it is going to be in the gameplay, and based on the gameplay that I did see with James Turner, as far as like being able to customize the venues and what you can do with it, I feel like that is the biggest takeaway from this expansion pack. So, but just off, you know, the water slide alone, there's a little cons that I do see here. But anyway, whether you're a silent viewer, you like my videos, you share my videos, or you comment on my videos, at the end of the day, you still showed me some love, and for that, I thank you. If you plan on getting this pack, let me know down below in the comments. Are you guys enjoying it? Do you guys plan on getting this pack, or what are you guys planning on doing in general with the adventure? If you guys plan on getting this pack, what is going to be your favorite feature that you're excited to play with? And again, I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.